So, Faraz, can we begin?
Yes, sir. Sure. They're still entering the room.
Just a preliminary introduction about what we are going to have today in the class. I have selected a YouTube video of a young recruit to Indian Police Service, and I have selected her especially because we have been talking about effective communication. So I would like you to watch this video, and then I will look forward to your comments, especially in terms of various C's of effective communication that we have discussed earlier. Okay. So please keep your observations ready. After the video is over, we shall have a discussion on what constitutes effective communication. Okay. So, Dr.
I
Faraj.
request now from now on, every term there will be a group of students who have to compulsorily open up their cameras and be prepared with their nice faces for us to see. So today we have from roll number MBA roll number 1 to 30, and we will check it from now on. That because we want them, we're already giving them a heads up that you are supposed to keep your camera on from next on the next turn, obviously from 31 to 60. So from this, like this, every day there will be some people who are given a warm call to open up their cameras before the class, and others may also join them and show some spirit, but those are the 30 people who definitely will have to keep their cameras on so that their class presence and the class participation will be noted. All right, so let me just share my screen. Can all of you see this screen?
Yes, sir.
इंस्टेंट सुनना पड़ता था, लौंडिया है क्या कर लोगी। मतलब अगर मैं अपना ऑक्सफोर्ड विश्वविद्यालय की अगर मैं मार्कशीट भी लाऊं तो उसको फेंक के मारा जाए और कहा जाए कि लौंडिया है, लौंडा कुछ करे तो बात नहीं। बेटियां सिर्फ सुरक्षा मांगने के लिए नहीं, बेटी सुरक्षा दे भी सकती है, और ये बहुत मजबूती के साथ इस चीज का सिंबलिज्म है, इस चीज का प्रतीक है, इस चीज को दृढ़ता के साथ साबित करती है कि आज का भारत बदल रहा है, आज भारत की बेटी मजबूत है।
नए लोग, नई कहानियां और नई सीख जोश टॉक्स एंड्रॉइड ऐप पर डाउनलोड करें अभी।
नमस्कार, मैं इल्मा अफरोज आप सभी से ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि अगर मैं कुदरखी में एक ग्रामीण क्षेत्र से आकर एक किसान की बेटी होकर जिंदगी में बड़ा सोचने की और उसके लिए पूरी मेहनत करने का बीड़ा उठा सकती हूँ, तो ये कुव्वत आप सभी में है, चाहे आप गांव के हो, चाहे देहात के हो, स्त्री हो, पुरुष हो, डिफरेंटली एबल्ड हो, आप जो भी हैं, अगर आप खुद में हिम्मत रखेंगे, हौसला रखेंगे, यकीनन आपकी मंजिल सिर्फ आपको आइडिया है कि आप कहाँ तक जा सकते हैं। मैं 14 साल की थी जब मेरे पिता का देहांत हो गया था। उसके बाद मेरी अम्मी ने मुझे बड़ा किया, जिंदगी में ऊंचा सोचने की और ये मानने की, इस बात पे खुद पे अपने पोटेंशियल पे यकीन करने की हिम्मत मुझे अपनी अम्मी से मिली। और बच्चों की तरह जब मैं उन्हें देखती थी कि वो कोचिंग जाते थे, मोटी मोटी किताबें लेके इस तरीके का खर्चा करते थे मेडिकल और इंजीनियरिंग की पढ़ाई के लिए, और मैं अपने घर में पलंग पे मोमबत्ती के सहारे पढ़ रही होती थी, मेरे दिल में भी ये ख्वाहिश थी कि मैं उन बच्चों की तरह कोचिंग जाऊं या मेडिकल करके बड़ी डॉक्टर या इंजीनियर बन जाऊं। मगर उस वक्त घर में खाने के लिए हो जाए, यही एक बड़ी बात थी जो मेरे ख्याल से भारत के 80% किसानों के बच्चों को ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में समस्याएं हैं, उसी तरीके की समस्या मेरे घर में भी थी। तो अम्मी अकेले मेरी परवरिश कर रही थी मेरे छोटे भाई की, और मैंने ये सोचा कि मेडिकल और इंजीनियरिंग का बुखार, इससे मैं अपनी मानसिकता को पीड़ित नहीं होने दूंगी। और मैंने दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के सेंट स्टीवंस कॉलेज में बीए में सीधा सीधा दाखिला लेने का निर्णय लिया। सेंट स्टीवंस कॉलेज के बाद मुझे विलायत जाने के लिए छात्रवृत्ति मिली। छात्रवृत्ति के पैसे वहां पढ़ने और वहां रहने के लिए थे, जाने के टिकट के लिए नहीं। तो टिकट के पैसों का इंतजाम करने के लिए मैं खेतों में गई। वहां गेहूं की फसल कटी हुई थी, तो बहुत धूप हो रही थी, सख्त गर्मी थी, पसीना आ रहा था। और मैंने देखा कि चौधरी हरभजन जी, जिन्होंने मेरी परवरिश की है एक परिवार के सदस्य की तरह, वो खेतों में गेहूं काट रहे थे। तो मैंने उन्हें बताया कि दादा, मैं विलायत पढ़ने जा रही हूँ और हवाई जहाज में उड़ के जाऊंगी। उस वक्त मैं पेरिस जा रही थी, पेरिस स्कूल ऑफ इंटरनेशनल अफेयर्स, यानी पेरिस अंतरराष्ट्रीय विश्वविद्यालय, सियोंस पो। तो उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा कि बिटिया पढ़ लिख के क्या? मैंने कहा कि विलायत में पढ़ूंगी, फिर पढ़ लिख के वापस आऊंगी यहाँ पे आप सबके पास। तो फिर मैं देखती रही उन्हें गेहूं काटते हुए। उनका पसीना जो है वो मिट्टी में, जमीन में मिल रहा था, और कमर जो थी वो नंगी थी, और ऐसे धोती पहन के वो कटाई कर रहे थे। कहीं ना कहीं मेरे जहन में ये ख्याल बार बार आता रहा जब मैं हवाई जहाज में बैठ के जा रही थी कि चौधरी दादा वहां खेतों में उसी तरीके से काम कर रहे होंगे, मैं यहाँ खूबसूरत एसी में। फिर अगले दिन जब मैं सियोंस पो पहुंची और वहां पे जो स्पाइरल स्टेयरकेसेस हैं, जिनमें बहुत खूबसूरत लाल कालीन बिछे हुए होते हैं, वहां भी मुझे बार बार वो सीन याद आ रहा था कि चौधरी दादा फिर वहीं खेतों में काम कर रहे होंगे उसी तरीके से। खैर,
अगला आसन है विश्वास आसन। मन को साफ करो, अपनी बॉडी को पीछे फेंको।
पेरिस से पढ़ने के बाद मुझको ऑक्सफोर्ड विश्वविद्यालय की स्कॉलरशिप मिल गई उसके कुछ समय बाद, और मैं ऑक्सफोर्ड विश्वविद्यालय चली गई। तो जब मैंने दुनिया देखी, मैंने देखा कितने कितने किस्म के अलग अलग रंगों के लोग हैं वहां, कैसी कैसी जबानें बोलते हैं, किस तरीके के बच्चे क्या स्टार्टअप्स में इंटरेस्टेड हैं, क्या दुनिया कितनी आगे है। इस चीज की गहन समझ मुझको ऑक्सफोर्ड विश्वविद्यालय ने दी। ऑक्सफोर्ड के बाद मैं संयुक्त राष्ट्र इंडोनेशिया में काम करने लगी, बोर्नियो में। संयुक्त राष्ट्र के बाद मैं न्यूयॉर्क सिटी चली गई फाइनेंशियल डिस्ट्रिक्ट में काम करने। फाइनेंशियल डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो है वो एक बहुत ही अर्थव्यवस्था का एक बहुत अच्छा मैग्नेट की तरह काम करता है। और मेरा जो कमरा था वो 42वें माले पे था, वॉल स्ट्रीट जो एरिया है उसमें। तो 42वें माले पे, और जो उसकी जो दीवार थी वो शीशे की थी, और रात को टेम्परेचर -13 डिग्री हो रहा था और बर्फ पड़ रही थी। तो मैं अपने कमरे की खिड़की में खड़े होकर कॉफी पी रही थी, ऐसे मेरी उंगली ऐसे कॉफी के कप की तरफ थी, और नीचे अमेरिका की जो पीली टैक्सीज होती हैं वो जा रही थी, ऐसे मैं देख रही थी जैसे बिल्कुल माचिस की डिब्बियां होती हैं, और सामने एम्पायर स्टेट बिल्डिंग रंग बदल रही थी। तो उसमें इत्तेफाक से उस दिन वो लोग जो सेलिब्रेट कर रहे थे वो कई रंगों में उसको रखते हैं, तो उस दिन इत्तेफाक से वो रंग जो था वो केसरिया हरा था। मैं देख रही थी वो रंग बदलते हुए एम्पायर स्टेट बिल्डिंग को। मेरे दिल में बार बार इस चीज का ख्याल आ रहा था कि मैं तो यहाँ न्यूयॉर्क में दुनिया घूम ली, पेरिस में पढ़ ली, ऑक्सफोर्ड में पढ़ ली। चौधरी दादा और बाकी लोग जिन्होंने मुझे इस लायक बनाया कि मैं इन जगहों पे आ सकूं, अपने अंदर की प्रतिभा को रियलाइज कर सकूं, वो आज भी उसी गर्मी में बिना बत्ती पानी उन्हीं तमाम दिक्कतों के साथ वो जिंदगी जी रहे हैं। और मैंने डिसाइड किया कि अब मुझे वापस जाना है अपने मुल्क, अपने देश, उन्हीं लोगों के बीच जिनकी मैं बेटी हूँ। अच्छा, क्या होता था कि जब भी कभी मैं ब्रेक्स में वापस आती थी वेकेशंस में, तो मुझे देख के आम लोगों की आंखों में एक अजीब सी चमक होती थी। ऐसा लगता था जैसे सितारे चमक रहे हों आंखों में। उन्हें लगता था कि शायद मेरी विलायत की पढ़ाई से उनकी कोई जिंदगी में बदलाव आ जाए। जैसे मान लो किसी का राशन कार्ड नहीं है, तो उनको लगता था कि मुझे देखेंगे तो शायद बिटिया विलायत से पढ़ के कुछ ऐसा करेगी कि उनकी जिंदगी में कोई बदलाव किसी किस्म का आ जाएगा। अम्मी को जो है कांस्टेंट सुनना पड़ता था, लौंडिया है क्या कर लोगी। मतलब अगर मैं अपना ऑक्सफोर्ड विश्वविद्यालय की अगर मैं मार्कशीट भी लाऊं तो उसको फेंक के मारा जाए और कहा जाए कि लौंडिया है, लौंडा कुछ करे तो बात भी। खैर, इस सोच के साथ मैंने फिर सिविल सेवा में आने का निर्णय लिया। तो इससे दो चीजें तो साफ हो गई कि बेटियां सिर्फ सुरक्षा मांगने के लिए नहीं, बेटी सुरक्षा दे भी सकती है। और ये बहुत मजबूती के साथ इस चीज का सिंबलिज्म है, इस चीज का प्रतीक है, इस चीज को दृढ़ता के साथ साबित करती है कि आज का भारत बदल रहा है। आज भारत की बेटी मजबूत है, भारत अपनी बेटियों को सुरक्षा देता है, बेटी सुरक्षा यहाँ देती है। और भारत में जिस तरीके की एनर्जी मैंने देखी है, हमारे युवा जो हमारी बहुत बड़ी, सबसे बड़ी हमारी लोकतंत्र के साथ साथ जो हमारी सबसे बड़ी असेट है, आज हमारे युवा इतना अच्छा कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटी है भारत में। जरूरत है हिम्मत की, हौसले की, मेहनत की और कभी भी हिम्मत ना हारने की। मुझे याद है जब मैं पढ़ाई कर रही होती थी बचपन में, तो वो बांग का पलंग होता था, उसमें मैं बैठी हुई होती थी और केरोसिन जो है, जो मट्टी का तेल हम उसमें डालते थे, वो कई बार तेल खत्म हो जाता था तो मैं मोमबत्तियां लगा लेती थी। तो आज भी वो पलंग पे मोमबत्तियां जो है उनके निशान अभी भी बाकी है। और ये दुनिया मेरे ऑक्सफोर्ड विश्वविद्यालय के वुल्फसन कॉलेज के डाइनिंग हॉल में फॉर्मल डिनर नाइट से बहुत अलग है, बहुत मुख्तलिफ है। ऑक्सफोर्ड विश्वविद्यालय के, ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनियन के पर्पल टर्टल बार की सेटिंग से मेरी जिंदगी की कुंदरकी की सेटिंग बहुत अलग थी। क्योंकि जब मैं अम्मी को वहां से कॉल करती थी, अम्मी से पूछती थी, अम्मी इंसुलिन का इंजेक्शन आपने रेफ्रिजरेटर में रखा कि नहीं, तो बत्ती तो है नहीं, तो वो क्या करती थी, वो एक बाल्टी लेके उसमें बर्फ रख के इंसुलिन का इंजेक्शन लपेट के रख देती थी। मेरी जिंदगी विलायत की, विदेश की, मेरी हिंदुस्तान की जिंदगी से बहुत अलग। लेकिन अब मुझे लगता है कि यहाँ वापस आकर अपने मुल्क, अपने लोगों को गले लगाकर, अपने मुल्क की समस्या को समझकर कि मेरे देश में बेटी मजबूत है, बेटी सुरक्षा दे सकती है, बेटी आपके लिए है। टैक्स पेयर के पैसे ने अगर मुझे इतनी हिम्मत दी कि एक बिना बाप की बेटी खुद पे भरोसा करके जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ सके, तो फिर मैं देश का, ये देश मेरा और मैं देश की, और मैं पूरी ईमानदारी, पूरी मेहनत के साथ अपने देशवासियों की, देश के बच्चों की, बेटियों की, बुजुर्गों की सेवा करना चाहती हूँ। और मुझे लगता है कि शायद इसीलिए हम इंसान हैं। महात्मा गांधी ने कहा था कि सर्वोदया, जब कभी आप किसी दुविधा में फंस जाओ तो सबसे दरिद्र व्यक्ति का आपको ख्याल आना चाहिए, सबसे अंधेरे गांव में आखिरी व्यक्ति पंक्ति में खड़ा हुआ, और उस व्यक्ति के आंसू पोंछने की बात करो। सोचो कि तुम जो कर रहे हो, क्या तुम्हारे उस एक्शन से उस दरिद्र व्यक्ति की जिंदगी में कोई बदलाव आएगा? जब मैं अमेरिका से वापस आई, जब मैंने न्यूयॉर्क छोड़ा, मैंने भारतीय पुलिस सेवा ज्वाइन की, यकीनन मैं इस बात के लिए कन्विंस्ड हूँ, मुझे यकीन है ऐसा कम से कम एक व्यक्ति जरूर होगा जिसकी आंखों में मुझे देख के जो चमक आती थी वो चमक बरकरार रहेगी और आंसू में पोंछ पाऊंगी। और मैं बहुत खुश हूं कि मैं भारत वापस आई, और आप सभी को मेरा यही मैसेज है कि आप जो भी करें, आपका वोकेशन कोई भी हो सकता है, भले से वो सिविल सर्विस हो, भले से भारतीय पुलिस सेवा हो जो सचमुच बहुत अच्छा ऑप्शन है, भारतीय प्रशासनिक सेवा हो, भारतीय विदेश सेवा हो, या कुछ भी, चाहे आप कोई स्टार्टअप चला लें, एक चीज हमेशा आपके जहन में, आपका सेंटर में रहना चाहिए, वो है हमारे भारत की तरक्की। भारत जो है वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, पूरा विश्व हमारा परिवार है, परंतु इंडिया फर्स्ट। तो जो भी करें देश की तरक्की के लिए करें, और इसी सोच के साथ आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार, धन्यवाद।
इस वीडियो के बारे में अपनी राय नीचे कमेंट।
So I look forward to some quick reflections first, and then we will analyze it in terms of communication, which is our focus in this course.
Audible?
Yes, Waqas.
So I think so. It has a what we have discussed, PMA, the positive mental attitude. So it has all three elements. That is, sir, the grit and determination, because she wanted to study overseas and she did it. And then she has also the attitude and gratitude, sir. Whatever she told about the Kaka, that is Chaudhary ji, who helped her. And then there is also a sense of destiny, because she was already settled there in well settled, but then she decided to come back to help and to impact the lives, other lives. So I think it has all three elements of the PMA.
Okay, thank you, Waqas. Any other observation?
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, I think she was very clear about the idea, what she was about to want to convey, that about the societal gender biases and the women's abilities. And the next thing is that how women's safety is important and how they can provide the safety. So she was very clear about the idea, whatever she want to convey in whole video. And the second thing was the creative. She also I think kept her personal journey into the whole video in order to make it more creative, and people can motivate from these things.
You have identified two elements in her presentation. One, clarity of thoughts,
So, and the second one is creative.
in creativity. But I could not understand the explanation that you have offered for creativity. What were the creative elements in her presentation?
Sir, I believe that creativity was like that. She was just keeping her personal journey, and people were just listening her.
No, I think then in that case, that C would be called credible, because she was talking from the perspective of her personal journey. So that provided credibility to the ideas that she was sharing.
Okay, sir.
Isn't it? Creativity, maybe if I were to put it like this, for example, she used a lot of vernacular expressions, even slangs in her presentation, and they were not sounding out of place, isn't it? Sometimes what happens is, the challenge is of being creative is that when we try to overdo it, it sounds a bit, contrived, labored. But when she was using slangs like Londia, we know those who come from Western UP, this is a very common expression, which is used for girls, especially in the rural heartland of the country. So she used that very naturally, very effectively, and also conveying the social mindsets that prevail on this particular account. Okay, Tausif, anyway, your observations are valuable. Then I see one observation being made on the chat box, and that is one element of effective communication, that is consideration. I would like that person to elaborate what the person means by this consideration. What is this C of effective communication?
Kamran, you can just elaborate a bit. Audio not working.
Okay, so he's typing. Anyway, in the meanwhile, somebody else can also reflect.
The main focus of the, can I say?
Yes, Akdas.
The main focus of this video was motivation, motivating the youth to come, and especially motivating the girl child to come and join the civil services or any other higher services. When she comes from such a background, she didn't have her father. She was from a backward family, poor family, and still she has achieved a lot. Then anyone can achieve such a prestigious position.
Okay. And as Waqas has said, that she was motivating through those positive attitudinal orientations, which he elaborated as attitude of gratitude, then learning orientation, sense of destiny, and grit and determination he talked about. Can we listen to some more observations on this?
Kanishka raised her hand. Kanishka, you may speak.
So I think there are two more C's, which is concise and concrete. She covered her almost whole life story, and it was not even it was in a small time, and also it was concrete because it was telling us about the true things, so we were able to relate to it more. So she covered all the important points in a brief manner.
Yeah, in 10 minutes she covered. So what elements of presentation would you call it? I mean, in terms of effective C's of communication?
Concise and concrete.
Yes. Concise, it was concise, very compact, very closely packed. In fact, if you explore her videos further, there are some longish videos also, running into 25 minutes. In fact, there is a video in which she guides CS aspirants specifically and addresses their queries. That video runs into more than an hour. But naturally, for class discussion, we found this video very, very crisp and compact. In 10 minutes, it covers the life journey, although it misses out some parts of it. Like, for example, her educational journey, especially when she was struggling in the initial days. I think going to Oxford and then to Paris, and going to Paris, then to Oxford, and then to US was an easy part of the journey. But traveling from Kundarki to Bellary to do her high school, and then from Bellary to go to Muradabad to pursue her class 12th, that was a difficult journey. Because each day you have to travel 22 odd kilometers from Kundarki to Muradabad, and that was the difficult part of the journey, which was not shared in this, but in some other video she has elaborated that. But nevertheless, your point is well taken that it was a compact presentation, very compact presentation, and yet content rich. Kanishka, you said one more point in addition to this being compact.
Concrete.
So concise and concrete.
Concrete, yes, it was concrete also, very specific. She was talking about her specific journey. But she did mention in some of the videos, there it is more, concrete, where she talks about how participation in various societies and clubs in St. Stephen's helped her groom her personality there. So a small village girl, how through participating in such events, especially she picked up debating as one of her interest area, and there she did quite well. And she was part of other social clubs also in St. Stephen's, so that helped her groom her personality. And as we say that we make a virtue out of a necessity, since she could not afford to pursue the naturally sought after line in such areas, that is medical or engineering, because she could not afford coaching fee. So she made a virtue out of that necessity and instead decided that she will pursue BA in philosophy, which apparently was not a very sought after option. But she, in one of her videos, has elaborated that part, that study of philosophy actually helped her crack the civil services mains exam, because she learned to articulate her ideas logically, and she said, I owe it to my training in St. Stephen's, especially the mentor sessions that we used to have, where there were small groups of students who were guided by teachers in tutorial mode. That actually helped her write effectively, which came handy in her civil services mains exam.
So, yes, Sharif, you want to raise your hand?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
What I notice is different kind of courage and calmness in her voice. She visited so many places, but she have no ego for that. In fact, she gave speech in pure Hindi, which is too big thing, using a word like Londia. I know I'm from Murdabad, where everyone uses this kind of word. And she also said that she also came to give back to younger generation her village, and has founded hope and a vision that she help education for underprivileged children.
I think this is a very important point that you have made, and we presume that when later on she went to Oxford and she participated. You know, Oxford Debating Society is a very powerful debating society. Some of you might have seen the debates. In fact, some of the Indian participants have created waves there, especially Shashi Tharoor, who recently had a series of presentations there in Oxford Debating Society, especially how Britishers have exploited India during the colonial rule. So we presume that she can speak in English, but she decided to speak in her own mother tongue. Maybe what do you say about this?
The consultation part, because it is always about the listener. The audience might be more comfortable in Hindi or the regional language that you are speaking.
Maybe she feels that she can articulate her ideas better in it. She can have better coordination of heart and head when she speaks in her own mother tongue. And maybe her idea is that she would be able to inspire those whom she really wants to inspire. She said, she talked about that last person in the periphery. So maybe the last person in the periphery would be able to understand this language only. So maybe she took this very conscious decision to speak in Hindustani, and maybe through that connect with a larger group, which is really to her target. So I also actually like this part of her presentation, that she chose to speak in Hindustani. Perhaps this was one thing which impressed me the most, because it conveys Waqas, you were talking about attitudinal orientation. It conveys many attitudes. One, your own belief, sense of self-belief, isn't it? A person who is truly confident will speak on such occasion in his or her mother tongue. There was another point also that was made. Who made the last observation?
Sharif.
Sharif was the one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You made 2 points, if I remember correctly. One was
Yes,
this use of Hindustani mother tongue, and what was the other point?
The other was, she also said that she will give back to the younger generation her village, and has founded hope and a vision that help with the education of underprivileged children. I also want to add one more thing, sir. She inspired by Gandhiji's dream to wipe every tear from every eye. The feeling that nations should reap the benefit of my education.
Yes, this desire to give back to the society runs through all her presentation. And when we were discussing who am I, and when we were talking about the aim in life. We did talk about the career goals and the life goals. So you see, in her case, both career goals and life goals working in tandem. She getting into police service. In fact, in one of her videos, she has explained this part also, that the board, UPSC board, when she was being interviewed, asked her this question specifically: why you have put Indian police service at the top of your list of services which you want to get into? And there she talked about this aspect even more in the greater detail. Yes, Keshu, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. So by far, so many points have been covered, sir. I just want to say that she also mentioned something that that it could be anything. That whatever the service you are looking for, you just do your best and give it back to the society. It could be anything, not just in civil services. It could be any service.
Many, in fact, we have to appreciate the rural context. You know, आज भी एक there is a joke which we have shared कि एक गांव की बुढ़िया थी, उसका मुकदमा चल रहा था, तो जज साहब ने उसके हक में फैसला सुना दिया, वो बहुत खुश हो गई। फिर उसने जज साहब को दुआ दी कि अल्लाह तुझे थानेदार बना दे। तो आई मीन इन द रूरल heartland, there is a power structure, you know, and in that power structure, the police is a very dominant force, and many of your problems get solved if you have that connect. तो थानेदार जो है रूल्स in the rural heartland. So maybe she derived her inspiration from that she will be able to solve many more problems if she gets into police service. So do you recall some of the C's that we have discussed in the class when we were talking about effective communication? Can we revisit those now again? For example, the first C was being complete, content-rich, comprehensive. Do you find this element in her presentation? The 10 minutes talk that you listened to, it was having that element. Then comes the issue of clarity. I think many of you have highlighted that point, that her communication had a lot of clarity. Now you have to understand what is the reason of that clarity. I think again we have to emphasize this point, that clarity begins in the mind. If we have clarity about the ideas, then only we will have clarity of expression. So you note this point in her presentation all through, that her ideas are very clear, isn't it? So when she goes places and she is there in New York and looking at the streets from her 42nd floor room, she still has that rural Kundarki in her mind. And when she rings up her mother and mother says कि आज तो सुबह से लाइट ही नहीं थी तो मैं फोन नहीं चार्ज कर पाई, isn't it? Her ideas are very clear where her forte lies. So that clarity is the clarity of mind, actually is the root cause of her clarity of expression. So this point has to be understood by all of us. Many times when our communication is not clear, it is not because we don't know the language enough. Most of the time it is because our ideas are not clear enough. And that gets reflected in the expression. Then you find one more C that we have discussed, and that is crispness. You have already talked about it, that it's a very close packed content, and in 10 minutes he covers her life journey very effectively. Then one more C which we have discussed, and that is coherence. Do you find her presentation having this element also? Very clear, interconnected. You know, there is a river-like flow in her presentation. Starting her life journey, then how she started her challenges. She faced the challenges in the early part of her life, especially losing father at the age when she was hardly 14, and then she specifically helped by her mother, and then educational journey, then she goes places, and then again she reflects back where her destiny lies. And so there is a logical connect that runs through her presentation, and we call this element as coherence. Very interconnected communication. And one part of coherence is consistency. The communication is very consistent also. You don't find any contradiction in what she said in the beginning or what she said in the end. So that happens when we have a thread which runs through our communication. So that thread is very clear. Then some of you have highlighted the part of concreteness. Yes, concreteness. In fact, getting this kind of concreteness in a 10 minutes presentation is difficult, but still we would say that that element is present. Then you have talked about the consideration as one of the C. And we see those elements also in her presentation. Why do we say so? Because whatever she says, it is from looking at the audience perspective. So we have talked about her choice of the language, for example. It is not that she is comfortable in speaking in this language. She is very clear that others who listen to her would be very comfortable in listening to her in this language. So looking into the things from other person's perspective, which we have discussed, the aspect of empathy. So we find her communication having a lot of empathy. Then, we have discussed one more element which was not discussed during the discussion, and that element is courtesy. Do you find her communication courteous? Does she sound boastful in her presentation? Because now she is at a stage where she can flaunt her achievements and speak from a higher pedestal, isn't it? But at least till this communication, which she makes in 2018, I wish she retains this part of the personality, because civil services has its own ways of corrupting your mindset, especially when the person starts enjoying the power. I have seen how people change. But we hope and trust that she would not change, because she demonstrates this orientation of basic courtesies. And because of that only, perhaps she decides to come back. I mean, she could have gone places in New York also. She was working for a very prominent social organization, but she decides to come back. That also has the element of consideration as also courtesy. So all the 7 C's that we have discussed, original 7 C's that we have discussed, we find, yes, correctness, that's one C which we have missed out. What is your comment on this correctness of communication? Naturally, there is no issue as far as the correctness of ideas is concerned. But how about the language, correctness of the language used? Because somebody may find it a bit offensive using such colloquial expressions like Londia, isn't it? Maybe Sharif can appreciate because he comes from that part of the country where it's a very normal expression.
Also, sir, she mentioned about the thing that
Pardon, Kechi?
Sir, I am saying she mentioned about that whatever we do in our life, it should be the first thought that we should be having the thought that India should come first. It should be it must be in the interest of our country. It should not be against anything that could.
Just a minute. You are making an important point, but presently we are discussing this issue of correctness. We will come back to your point, very important point, her commitment to the nation.
Yes, sir, she was also correct, as she had a clarity about whatever she was saying, and she delivered everything with 10 minutes.
So I am asking from the perspective of correctness of the language used. Now, I think, yes, is it okay to use such expressions like Londia in a formal kind of communication? And you are delivering it?
Sir, I think that's this particular word in formal communication is not something that most of the people uses. But the thing that when you are delivering content, effective communication to make the people realize that what kind of problems they have faced, it's fine to use those words so that the people can connect with that and could think worthfully on the matter. That's what I say.
Can we have some more reflections on this?
Am I audible?
Yes, sorry.
Yes, I think the word of using the word that which was used by her is more of show the intensity of the people of that area, that how do they think. So the word is not for the more of consideration, but to show the how depth the idea, that how people see the girls and how downward they see the girls. So using such words, she was not using it for a communication, but she was showing the depth of the idea, that how do they see the how do people see the girls in such ways. So it was more of the depth of the idea to use such words.
I think why I asked this question specifically to you is, everything is situation specific. So in another context, the choice of the word Laundia may sound a bit obnoxious, isn't it? But here it fits in because it very powerfully communicates the socio-cultural milieu that is being described. So in that context, the choice of the word sounded very appropriate, which otherwise is not considered to be a decent word. But here it clicked. So that is also something which we need to appreciate. The correctness is always situation specific. So let us not make a judgment that these are good words and these are bad words. Ultimately, it is your judgment which matters, which word would fit into a particular occasion. As somebody very rightly just now pointed out, Waris pointed it out, that does it communicate the depth of the idea which you want to communicate? If this word fits into that, it's an appropriate use. Okay, now I will request Dr. Faraz to have some winding up comments he has from his side.
Yes, there are a lot of fine learnings from this video which we can take. Now, that's again, this video was very emotional. The content of this video was very emotional. There are two aspects to this because one, the speaker was speaking about her journey, about her life journey. So whenever you are asked to speak about your life journey, like for example, when you were asked to write, who am I? So it is about yourself. So that is one aspect of communication which usually we are very passionate about and we are very attached to. So there are different aspects which come actually forward when you talk about yourself. That is one aspect of communication as a student of business administration that you need to understand. Then there is another aspect of communication, or another, different kind of communication, which is when you are speaking about things which you are not passionate about, but you have to speak about, or say you are articulating something by understanding a phenomena, by doing certain activity, and then you are trying to explain about those things. So there is, these two kind of communications will be different. Now, like what Sir said in the initial, like when we were talking about the 7 C's, clarity of mind is very important in both of these types of communication. Here, the ideas which she wanted to articulate were very clear in her mind. The message she wanted to give, like for example, there was an element of motivation, where she wanted to motivate others who were listening. She wanted to connect to a larger audience. That's why she chose Hindi or the mother Hindustani, I would say, not completely Hindi, Hindustani as the choice of language. So all of these things basically stems from that, what exactly, how clear you are about what you want to articulate. Now, in this respect, we are going to have another exercise with you, and which is going to be a very important exercise, because verbal communication is a very important part of this course, of this business communication. So there is going to be an exercise which we are going to give you very soon, where there will be some articles which will be assigned to you as groups. There will be 2 people who will be assigned a particular article. Okay. And what you are supposed to do, you have to first internalize the idea of that article. Now, why I want to emphasize so much on this part. The second part, there is a second part, which is the presentation part, but first part is very important. The internalization of the ideas in that article. Those articles will be from Harvard Business Review and some other places, but mostly from Harvard Business Review, which which are very, very powerful articles and which are time-tested articles. Okay, they have been there guiding executives and a lot of academics for a very long time. These are gems of an article, and we will be giving it to you. So how do you basically internalize that idea and then articulate it in a manner which basically gets the message across? So that is the task which we all have to do, and we will do it in groups. We will divide you into groups of 2, and one article will be given to 2 people. These 2 people, you will have to understand the article, divide the part of how you are going to conduct the presentation, and that is today we have the mediums. This is the online medium where you can use PowerPoint presentations, PowerPoint as a software for your, or any other a software tool for your as an aid to your presentation. So this is an activity which is going to follow very soon, and we are going to so next week. After next week, we are going to have regular presentations on those articles, and we will see that. So in between, we will also have some one session on presentation skills as such. But what is today, I would say the key takeaway message will be that you can only communicate, I would say, in a very simple manner, communicate out, or you can only communicate effectively once you have internalized properly. So the message, and usually when I see the presentations of the good presentations when we have seen in the past are those presentations where students have really read the article and completely internalized the ideas of the article, and they have read it multiple times and tried to understand the gist and then try to justify what is there. And then again, all these things, your use of slangs, your use of vocabulary, your coherence, everything will fall after that once you internalize it properly. So, and the articles which have been like the presentations which have not been rated very high are those presentations where people would have just read the article and they would just try to basically create a PowerPoint presentation in a hurry, and then they would try to give it. So that, I think, approach does not work very well. And this is because as professionals, when you will go in the industry, you will be asked to, you will be called upon to give presentations very frequently. And if you are not through with the ideas, which if you are not able to understand and articulate it in that manner, I think that will make the difference between a good presenter and a not so good presenter. So we are going to have this exercise. So this session was very, very critical. In fact, like Sir said, it's a winding up session on 7 C's of communication, which is very powerful framework. So always remember that 7 C's. But I would say that first C will always be the clarity part, getting clarity in your head, and then in your thought process. And then only the clarity will come in your communication. So you are muted.
Okay, then thank you very much. Well.
All right. So tomorrow we are not going to have have session because we both are engaged in invigilation duties. So we will be connecting on Monday.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.